Hello, my friend. Welcome to my timeline. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day so far. I'm super distracted right now because I was putting Jacob to bed, and in my little moment of frustration of him not sleeping, he stood up, and I grabbed him by his shirt and pulled him down, and then his head smacked into my lip, my teeth. And I have a bit of a fat lip now. And when I did that, I instantly was just filled with regret. And I was like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? Why was it so frustrating for you? Why did you have this moment that you felt like you needed to change? What was happening? He always goes to sleep. There's no reason to try to push him. And as I was lying there afterwards, kind of nursing my ego and my wound a little bit, I was just cuddling him and being like, I'm so sorry. You are so wonderful and perfect. And you didn't deserve my moment of what I would call poor treatment. And then I was just checking the comments of previous videos, and someone had just posted a comment, and it was in response to me talking about just caring so much about everything. And because I care so much, there's this perfectionist side of me, number one, and there's this really controlling aspect of me as well. And so this person commented, and they were like, I just remain unbothered because I became obsessed with basically calling myself out on when I was being bothered and learning to say, I don't give a fuck. And I was like, okay, this resonates. I've heard this, especially over the past few months. It's popped up in my world. I've had conversations with moms, and they're like, you're going to develop it. You're going to develop this mentality at some point. And then I literally yesterday just got into a little back and forth with Josh, my husband, because he just doesn't care. And if you were here listening to the video when I dove into the sandwich incident, not quite sure what day that was, but he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. And it bothers me. So many times he'll say to me, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, you should. You should care. I care. You should care that I care. And I'm just reminded that nobody's responsible for your feelings. And if you're triggered, it's because it's triggering you. It has nothing to do with them. And it's just a really, really good reminder that trying to live in a world of control just simply can't happen. And when things don't go the way that you want them to, you have two options. You can just not care, go with the flow, let things happen the way that they're going to, or you can fight an uphill battle until you get so angry or frustrated that you cry or scream or do something else. And I keep choosing that path. At least that's what's kind of been happening over the past few months here and there. And I've come to realize through the support of my shaman that there's just this anger, this budding anger in me that I just haven't been able to navigate. And I've known that. I've felt that for a really long time. But I just want to talk about it in case someone else is also going through that, or they have this anger based in control, and this anger based in wanting certain outcomes to happen and trying to force God's will. That's what I keep doing. And then I'm just angry that I can't do it. And then I get into this like moody, depressive state. And it doesn't last super long, but it's still like, why do I want to live like that? I just don't. I just really, really don't. And for the most part, I'm a pretty happy person. Sometimes I feel like I get on here and this is like super deep in terms of me processing, and I bring, all the vulnerable parts of me to the surface, and then I get on here and I'm like, is the world gonna think that I'm just like a moody, sad person? Because I'm not. Like, I'm genuinely just so happy and so grateful a lot. And me bringing up these more shadowy, negative, sad parts of me are just so that they can be integrated and they can be, these emotions can be released. And I just want to say, for anyone that's commented and anyone that sent me love, anyone that's taken a moment to just say, hey, like, I hope you're doing well. I hope that your healing journey is moving on. I just want to say thank you. It means a lot that you are taking the time to listen to these videos and then also leave a comment and share love. We spoke yesterday about how it can be hard to, number one, accept love, and number two, what was number two? I'm just thinking, again, there was another comment. I'm trying to remember the person's name. I haven't responded yet because I wanted to sit with what they said, but they expressed that it resonated with them, the idea that it can be hard to unconditionally and fully love yourself and know how you should be treated and how you should be able to accept that love, because it's also a mirror of the love that you're giving out into the world. And, in theory, if you are feeling a sense of unconditional love, you are also giving unconditional love. So if neither one of those are happening, it's because there's a bit of a blockage when it comes to love. And that's okay. But I think it's just really important to acknowledge that maybe your heart space is feeling a little bit gunky. Mine has been. And mine has been tinged with anger, and there has been some grief and sadness. Yours might be flavored with something else. But it's just so important that we keep coming back to that heart and we keep giving love to ourselves first. So important. Any moment that you can take to show yourself some love, some compassion, some kindness, it is going to come back to you in spades, and then also to the rest of your community, your family, the world. It's so important. We have to heal ourselves first. We have to love ourselves first. Everything must start with the self. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. You guys, you mean the world to me. You really do. You really do. I'm so grateful seeing this channel grow and seeing the the views increase and seeing the comments increase, and people are sharing and people are liking, and it is such a privilege. It's such an honor. And every single day, I want to take a moment to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here, because just simply being on this world is not easy. It's just not easy. But to take time to integrate yourself into a community, it's like that takes courage. And so thank you for being brave, and thank you for allowing me to create the container for us. Before I cry again, I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everyone.